I'm sick of people talking about the obesity of black women. People don't take into account the stress we go under, that if we try to lose weight, we don't lose weight the same way white girls lose weight. And, the food affects us differently. And she was just going on and on and on about all of the outside stuff. And I saw that post and I was like, it's a fact to a point. Stress affects your body's metabolism. It affects your body's capacity to burn excess fat rather than store excess fat. It affects
Mm-hmm.
your body's your mental, your mood, all of that. She talked about the fact that we are constantly, we have food deserts. Black people have food deserts in the community. So the food is, corner store or very low quality grocery items and stuff like that. And she was saying the quality of our food is really bad. So we can't really put the obesity of black women into the same category as other people. And like I said, she got this is all of this is factual to a point.
Welcome to the Mind Body Energy Imbalance podcast.
Okay, so let me open the show as we usually open the show. We give praise and honor to our beneficent ancestors. Thank you for all your greatness, the wisdom, all your ingenuity. Thank you for even the challenges that we may learn from all of it, the good, the bad, the so-called ugly. Thank you, ancestors, for walking with us. Ashem, Ashe, Ashe. Good day, beautiful people. Peace and love. It is your host, Samut, with the Mind, Body, Energy, and Balance podcast. And I hope you're having a great start to your day, a great enjoyment of your day if it's in flow. Anytime you're listening to this podcast, I hope you're having a great day. What's up, Flaw?
Hey, what's going on? How's everybody?
Mm. Well, before we push record, we were talking about our evening last night. Yesterday, I was at the Ashanti in Kudum. The Ashantis in America, Philadelphia-based Ashanti community. We had a big celebration. We installed, or that is, raised up one of the brothers in the community to a kingship status, to Nana status. And that was quite energetic and fabulous. It was a whole full day of activities and festivities. And then one of my dearest girlfriends, her father turned 80, so I had to blow through there since it was like right around the corner. And we kind of just like on cruise type of energy this morning. How was the 50 Cent concert?
That was pretty good. It's pretty good. My first concert in years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Probably wasn't that long ago. I went to
Mm-hmm.
one in Philadelphia, but this one was in Camden, which is technically Philadelphia because of the location.
Mm-hmm.
So when you win there, of course they're going to shout Philly out first, and then Camden, because I guess they assume Philly being the bigger market,
Yeah.
the people came. But when they did ask, hey, who's from Philly? A lot of people made noise, Jersey noise, Brooklyn noise. So everybody just, I guess this is the area where everybody comes together.
Mm-hmm.
So my energy is always Jersey just can't have nothing.
Right.
Maybe we don't,
Right.
maybe we don't have the capacity to support something 100%, or our
Mm-hmm.
market just isn't big enough. Really, I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
market, because if you actually think about sports where the Jets and the Giants play, or I think it's just the Giants, it's MetLife, but it's
Mm-hmm.
in New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, or New Jersey, New York. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not, we don't really, I don't know if we're just not a big enough market and we're just the little brother of New York and the little brother of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
The
So yeah,
cousin, the
but it was a
Philly,
great
right?
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it was like, we're just like the little brother of New York and the little cousin of Philly. So,
Right.
I had a good time. But for people that aren't too swap concerts, try
Mm-hmm.
to head out before everybody else does, so you can get home in decent time. I think I was in that parking lot just idle for too long. I even seen a little fight break out.
Oh boy.
And when people are, yeah, a car just sped through, and you had people kicking the car. We want to get you. You had people chasing the
Oh
car
my goodness.
in the parking
Mhm.
lot. So when
Mhm.
people are intoxicated, I don't know if it was intoxication has anything to do with it, but when you in a tight space and it's a vehicle, that's how accidents happen because people when they
Mhm.
are in fear, they just want to get out the way and they just might knock
Mhm.
your car out the way. So
Mhm. Mhm.
everyone, there was
Mhm.
a passage whoever this person was to get out. I don't know how this person even got out because everybody was just stuck in there.
Right. Right.
So yeah, that
Mhm.
happened. And me personally, I've just never been that type of person. But as I pulled into the event, this is my first time seeing tailgate, so just people in the way. So
Yeah.
to drive over the people or drive around them. Lucky for me,
Mhm.
I drive around them. I don't know. Like I maybe I should try to enjoy the experience in its full capacity instead of being too uptight. Because I really didn't have nothing to drink. I didn't.
Right. Uh-huh.
And I thought maybe, and as the concert was going on, I was thinking maybe I should drink something to loosen up. But I did have a good time my way.
Right.
But like you were saying before we recorded, it's like, what's the point of having a few sips of something and you feel some type of way the next few days?
Yeah.
My,
Like you got to recover from that stuff.
my
So,
thinking process is I might have took away from fun that could have possibly happened, but my job is to stay alert at all times. And I'm more passionate about that than
mhm.
5 minutes, 10 minutes not being yourself and you sloppy and that just leaves you open for anything.
Right,
In
right.
my
And
opinion.
then somebody else, you matching somebody else's sloppy energy,
Yeah,
that'll never turn out
yeah.
how it's supposed to. So good on you though. But whenever we go to these events and everything, the parking, the escape
Uh,
from the venue is always something that needs to be thought out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what is going on here? You spend more time in the parking lot or trying to get yourself home than you do sometimes at the particular event and venue and all of that. So I
mm-hmm.
think I wanted to share. First I saw a post that this lady, it was a group of sisters talking, and the one lady said that she is tired of hearing people talk about the obesity of black women. These were black women that were in a circle chatting, right? I don't know whether it was a panel
I
or
think
a podcast. Huh?
I think I seen.
Yeah, and she
I
was
think I
saying,
might have seen it.
I'm sick of people talking about the obesity of black women. People don't take into account the stress we go under, that if we try to lose weight, we don't lose weight the same way white girls lose weight. And the food affects us differently. And she was just going on and on and on about all of the outside stuff. And I saw that post and I was like, it's a fact to a point. Stress affects your body's metabolism. It affects your body's capacity to burn excess fat rather than store excess fat. It affects
Mm-hmm.
your body's your mental, your mood, all of that. She talked about the fact that we are constantly, we have food deserts. Black people have food deserts in the community, so the food is corner store or very low quality grocery items and stuff like that. And she was saying the quality of our food is really bad. So we can't really put the obesity of black women into the same category as other people. And like I said, she got all of this is factual to a point. The food is crazy for everybody because they just engineering shit like a mug. The food is crazy. Stress is at an all-time high. Genetics make up genetics are relevant to a person's capacity to keep their body slim. But the one thing she didn't say is about your own accountability. You still have to be accountable. It doesn't matter what all the forces are coming in at you. Yes, they're a partner or they are a character in the dynamics of your life. Of course, stress, of course, the quality of food, of course, governmental influences that are detrimental. But that stuff is going to always be a player in the cinematic theatrical production of our lives. It's always a player, it's always a character. But the point is, what are you really doing about? You can't rest on the food is bad. Pick the best food you can pick. Now the another truth to my yesterday when I was at the event, the Ashanti community event, someone said, "Mama Yoga, girl, you be spitting fire." On your show, you just always, spitting fire. Am I spitting fire or am I just like passionate? I don't know if I'm spitting no fire, but they saw it, and which is like a thing of my whole life. People always see something about me that's this, I don't know, this fiery dragon. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. But anyway, the point is, we told y'all this morning, this morning's brain was gonna be something different. This is reality podcasting, everybody. Don't edit this out. Leave it in here. So my point is, the the point is that when she was saying you can't, black women lose weight differently than white women, that's true, and every other woman, but the reality too is that the BMI scale that's used to assess the body fat ratio is skewed. That scale was created in that metric, the BMI, body mass index metric, was created in 1950s using an Irish immigrant man and woman.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, because I saw something and I said that's BS.
Right.
I saw something where I'm gonna take myself for example. I'm about 6 foot.
Yeah.
And I was told that somebody my size
Mm-hmm.
should weigh around 170 pounds.
Nope.
I said no way.
Mm-mm.
I said no way. It's no way I should weigh 170 pounds. That's how much I weighed when I was in high school.
Right.
How much I weighed when I was in school. So yeah, is that what you're talking about? This
Yep.
if you're built a certain way, you're supposed to weigh this much. No way, pal.
Yep. So the body mass index takes your height and your weight, and there is a configuration that measures on the scale that they have, this metric that they have, the body mass index. And I have never fit the body mass index, even when I was at championship, because our, especially African ancestral people, we have a different body makeup, and we can't be measured by ethnically Irish men and women. And that's who they use to model the scale after. That every human being should fit into these parameters. Now, back in the 1950s, you can just imagine the little Irish lady was probably like she was probably 5 feet, if not, if 5'2", and a $105 wet. And that's, people can Google it and research the history of the body mass index metric. So the sister who was making a commentary about not being able to be measured by the same scale and the different facets that affect African American women, she had a point, on some of her checkoffs. But the reality of it is, you still have to take accountability. It doesn't matter. Your food is crazy. You're stressed. You got to do something about your stress. You got to manage your stress in a way that is conducive to your life, as opposed to, in partnership with the destruction. All right. You have to find a way to eat better foods and to be responsible for your own body's health. You just do. So I didn't really I gave her because I did put a comment on there, because being a health professional and mama yoga and all of that, I can't just let people say certain stuff. Like the other day, that lady made comments about, you know, how, African spiritual culture was like demonic and wasn't valid. I can't just let nobody say that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna mention the person and give them, but I'm gonna have a commentary about it. You know, I can't just let people say that black men ain't nothing and they all need to be eliminated or lot. I just can't stand by and let people say that kind of stuff. Same true with this sister and this council of women sitting talking about, we can't be measured by the same obesity standards. Well, we are, dangerously overweight as a population. It's danger. We're like in trouble. It's too much fat on our bodies.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Yeah.
It's never the blame game, but once you say, but like you say, we are contributing to, things, right?
Right.
And so something came across my desk earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to say social media plays a huge part into the algorithm when they show you certain specific types of people.
Yep.
And I'm not just going to say, I'm going to say guys that lift weights and they look incredible. But we don't know how they truly got there. We don't know if there's steroids or surgical procedures that happen. But they'll tell you, hey, I eat this every day. And I'd be like, give me a break. No, you
yeah.
Hey, you got to have, and you can call it hating, but you got to understand we're all human and discipline, and because we all motivated by something. But it's the discipline that we eat, and sometimes we all discipline and to restart the engine and just keep restarting the engine. So we have to be mindful of what we're taking in and seeing how people are actually living, because it just might not be the truth. Right. Second thing I noticed is in artificial intelligence is creating models now to where they're actually sculpting the perfect person. I see some of my social media affiliates use this technology where it actually beautifies them. I looked at a few of my friends and was just like, that's not you. Wait, man, I had to snap out of it because that's not who you really look like. So artificial technology is creating perfection of the human body. And if you look at that in your social medias and you start seeing certain types of women, you go, I like women that looks like that. And then you go outside and you realize, well, nobody around me looks like that. And you become more critical of them. So I just think that we have to be mindful of what we're taking in. That sometimes this is not reality. If you're on social media looking at women or looking at men or looking at food, and then you go outside and you go to your local shop, right? Or you go to your local store and the women are created a certain way, we have to understand that this is a different reality. So when men want us to look like this, the men have to take any accountability that, hey, this might not be reality. Enjoy the show on social media.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's real. I just saw again a post today where a guy, African American brother was doing like, if you want these type of abs, do this. If you want this type of tricep, do this. And what he was doing, the exercises would would get you there. But all of that, 80% of that type of body is diet. It's diet. It's what you eat. It's what you're consuming. The exercise is diet and genetics, I should say, right? The exercise is a partner or a character, a component, but really fat burns when you change the way you eat. The body leans up and uses its storage, which is fat, when you change the way that you're eating and then the movement. You could just walk every day and get a lean body if you adjust the way that you're eating. And when you're eating, manage your stress and actually do deep breath exercises, because a lot of the waste, a lot of the metabolism is activated through breath. That's why when you do aerobic exercises and anaerobic exercises, no matter which breath you're using, you're still taking in more than just your regular breathing. That help to burn up the stored fuel on your body that is fat. So going back to the discussion about Black women, you know, all these things against us, it's been so much stuff against us like forever. It's always going to be something against us and our community. As long as, you know, the current power structures are in place, because they got a plan for us, right? But you can't just rest on that. We all have to find ways to be the champions, the leaders of our lives. And you can't just be like, oh, it's too much stress, I can't find no good food, let me just pull up to whatever fast food restaurant, or keep eating crazy, or keep eating in the middle of the night. I mean, come on now. You could take some responsibility, and no, you're not going to look like, you know, 110-pound woman, or even an Asian woman, or whatever. We all have different body types. Asian people can eat tons. They can eat a whole, you know, 10-quart pot of rice and never get no kind of nothing. Their metabolism is adapted to that. You know, even people in the South whose ancestry was planting and growing and harvesting and becoming connected to rice, and potatoes, they can eat that stuff, and they may look bigger, but it's mostly muscle. It ain't, you know, loose jiggly situations happening. So accountability, responsibility, that's all on us. You got to find a way to work it out. You just do, right? Are you there?
I sure am.
Oh.
Accountability. Yeah, I'm here. Definitely. That's like I was saying. Like, people think that social media is reality. That's where we're headed to. Reality. Like, you're gonna be fantasizing about something that's not there. I always I always hate it when people would look at other people's couples and say, I want that. You don't know how they really are. You don't know.
You have no idea what them people are going through.
You can't take a moment that you see on social media and, oh, I want that kind of love. Do you really? Because we really don't know what it is that they. Yeah, you just got to take social media for what it is. It's entertainment. It's a show. It's entertainment. Yeah. Turn it off whenever you feel like it. But as far as people that just watch it all day, every day, and hey, life is supposed to look like what you see on the socials.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the people who doing it. Like, these kids that's growing up in social media that don't know life outside social media.
Yeah, I mean, to the point where you said that AI is creating like the perfect body and all of that. I mean, they baby stepped us into that with the filters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People been putting filters on their social media for like the past 10 years now. So it's very, when you think about it, it is very ingenious. Like, it's evil genius that these people got going on, because they baby step us into all of the different progressions, right? Now there's this whole big discussion. I know we're supposed to have been talking about something else this week, but we'll get to it. If we don't, we'll drop it and we'll chat about it another time. But now there's this whole big outrage about the lab created meat, and how United States has the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food and Drug Administration have given sanction to lab created meat being accessible for everybody, just in the shelves, on the shelf. They've been baby stepping us to that for at least the past 30 years. The biggest community has been the vegan community with all these fake meats. Come on now. Y'all vegans out there, y'all know what I'm talking about? The unchicken, the not bologna, the sausage that ain't sausage, the hot dogs that ain't hot dogs. They've been baby stepping us towards the lab created, because that's how do you get a bean to chew like that, like a chicken? How you get a bean to have that kind of consistency from a bean, soybean? I can understand the wheat gluten, because you can make the seitan, like the mock steak, out of the gluten of the wheat. I've actually seen and been in the process of making that type of a gluten loaf, So they've been baby stepping us to this stuff, and they're very, 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 very ingenious. Little by little, they be like, "Oh, try this out. Oh, do this. Oh," and then next thing you know, you full on committed, 2 feet in, both feet in, and you like, you Beyond Burger, and what's the other one? Limit Burger. What's the other one? It's another one. You
Beyond
know.
Burger, the wow, I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, all these, all that stuff is just, it's been setting us up. And it's the same thing with, the AI. We've been using AI. I don't know why people is all upset. We've been, because now it's just more in our face now, you know? So accountability, responsibility, you can't really just go to sleep. And it's so much easier to just go to sleep, to just be like, oh, let me just do whatever. It's easier to just let me eat this donut instead of having a salad. I myself, as a person who's like a 35-year vegetarian vegan, I myself have walked past the salad bar and went over to whatever was more hyper palatable, whatever I thought would be more of a joyful experience to eat. Just walk past the salad bar, child, and go over there to whatever they got fried, flipped up, flipped over. You abdicate personal responsibility. So, let us not be fooled. Let us get our root chakra and our heart chakra and our solar plexus. That's personal responsibility. When you heal the lower 3 chakras, it grounds you into having the rootedness, having the confidence, and then having the intestinal fortitude to say, to make a right decision. So we want to definitely work on our own responsibility and what we can change, and what you can't change, you can't really worry about. You can't give no credence to that. And that lower triangle of the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus is what helps you, excuse me, and what helps you increase your capacity to make the right decision. Indeed, in the solar plexus, there is known as the vagus nerve. And science is, which our ancestors have known for thousands of years, the ancient Cometians, the ancient traditions, the ancient Taoists, which is 4,000 or 5,000 year old Chinese, what we call China now, but in that region, healing systems and ways to live your life. The ancient Hindu, which were actually, African people who migrated from the continent and taught yoga. Don't be texting me. You can get the facts. Taught yoga and breathing, pranayama. Those were all Afroid people. The ancient Taoist, the ancient traditions that are now known as Hinduism. These were all Afroid people. Taught those practices to help ground and increase the confidence and the ability to make, choices in your life that will increase your capacity for a good life. Right. So as I was saying, science is just now proving that the body has actually 3 centers of what we would call brain. The first, obviously, is located in your skull. That's the command center of the body. The second area of command for your body is the heart, right? It is the magnetic oscillating energy that pulls in energy and can repel energy. It speaks to you. I felt it in my heart. Right? It gives your body and your consciousness, your energy field, a certain commands. And then the third area of where we would call the brain is the solar plexus. It's the stomach region. I got a gut feeling. I feel it in my gut, right? We use these terms. So the gut, the vagus nerve, the solar plexus energy is the third command frequency in the body, the third brain, if you will. 80% of our digestion and our health, not our digestion, that's obvious, 80% of our immunity, health, and vitality is in your gut. When your digestion starts going awry, so too is your capacity to make better decisions about your life. That gut, that vagus nerve, that solar plexus health is absolutely important. That is what gives you the confidence, right? And the strength to make great decisions and helpful decisions in your life. So in our chakra healing and balance book, you can get it as an ebook and as a hard copy. I love that. I love the ebook too, but I love the hard copy because you can you can journal very easily in the hard copy. Each section has a place that you can journal, right? And let's see what we have here about the solar plexus, just quite quickly. Going talking about responsibility and taking responsibility. Right. So the solar plexus contributes to our personal power, confidence, our capacity to be reliable and responsible, that you are self-motivated, a sense of purpose and mission that you hold dearly to, and it energizes and moves forward, that you have courage. That is the solar plexus, which is right. The solar plexus is just a little bit above your navel down to your pelvic region, right? In that area, the solar plexus. And so you want to strengthen that so that you can make responsibility and choices for your life. So you don't have to be saying they did it, it's their fault, so and so made me do it. No, you have to take responsibility and shore up that solar plexus. The colors for the solar plexus are gold, and it's called, in the ancient Sanskrit language, it's called the Manipura, right? And we can say solar plexus so we can all, one of my favorite movies used to say that there was captured, they were in Brazil. Quilombo is the name of the movie. And they were escaping the plantations in Brazil, and they had gotten to like a side of in the forest and met, and one brother was speaking in his native language, and another brother was speaking in his traditional African language, but they had been all captured and taken to Brazil. And as they're speaking, the elder brother stood up and said, "Hold it, let's all speak the white man's language so we can understand one another, because we're all from different regions." So I could say the Sanskrit name, but it doesn't create a memory or image in your mind for communication purposes. So I could say Manipura or Manipura and solar plexus. Which one are you getting? Solar plexus. It's good to know the language because there's an energy in the words, but we need to make sure you understand what's being said, right? So the solar plexus, you want to use a tiger's eye. Again, that tiger's eye is very grounding, it's protecting, it increases the energy of personal power, right? I'm talking about using crystals, and the colors I said was gold. Very, 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 very important, right? So you can work on your solar plexus. Just to give you a little bit of a demonstration here, rub your hands together, and then when it's really warm inside your hands, put that energy on your belly and just close your eyes and imagine yourself doing the right thing when it comes to a decision that you have to make that may be challenging, like walking past those ding dongs, walking past that apple pie or what have you, right? So we need to take responsibility for our own stuff. Got anything you want to share in regards to that, Flo?
No, you hit it right on the spot. I mean, that's what I try to do myself is I take accountability, responsibility. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I said, why I kind of started fasting, why I started, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that you have to contribute
Mm-hmm.
somewhere somehow. And I just can't be that person that says, well, everybody's out to get me. Woes is me. Well, what am I doing to,
Right.
at least fight back? Like if there's a war with everything. It's just war, period. So what are
That's
you
right.
doing? Defend yourself or
Mm-hmm.
fight back. If you're just
Mm-hmm.
going to be the person to take it, you're just never going
Mm-hmm.
to be ready. Somebody that just takes it is just not going to be a good fit for a relationship. It's not going to be a good fit for being a parent. It's not going to be a good fit in the workforce, in the
Mm-hmm.
hustling force, nowhere, because you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be able to not take no for an answer, fight back, be resilient, and
Mm-hmm.
just understand that hey, I might have lost today, but I'll win tomorrow. Somebody told me, and this is kind of the mentality that we should have, because like you said, you went to an event one time, and vegan as you are, you might have just skipped that table to go to where it was sizzling at. But
Right.
guess what? I'm pretty sure though, out of 7 days out of the week, you won 4 or 5 of them. Like you just
Mm-hmm.
have a bad day or a bad moment does not mean
Mm-hmm.
the week. And if you win the week and you
Mm-hmm.
keep winning weeks, you win the month. If
Hey.
you win enough months, you win the year. It's not about being perfect every day.
Right.
If you win, just like yesterday, I went to the gym yesterday. I had a terrible gym session. I was tired. It was leg day. This machine that I use, I got away from the rack machine, the squat
Mm-hmm.
machine, and they have this new machine there where it explodes your heart rate. It's one of them workouts. You ever did one of them workouts where it's the one workout you do when you're ready to leave afterwards? Like I got nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It's just I can't. You're supposed to hit so many different levels of your leg. There's
Mm-hmm.
leg has so many different muscles, and you want to hit them all five, maybe like 4 to 5 exercises. But it just seems like after this one episode, it kicks my butt. But I still went. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
the best gym session, but I went. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to say August. What's today? August 13th.
13. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say August 12th. My workout sucked. What you're going
Mm-hmm.
to say is, hey, I went that week.
Mm-hmm.
Who remembers? Who knows? Nobody knows.
Right.
So, what I got to say as just closing words is just win the day,
Mm-hmm.
the week. You eat something bad, let that be the last bad thing you eat the rest of that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Win the week. It's
Mm-hmm.
7 days out of the week. 4 out of 3, you won the week. Think about that. It's like the playoff sports. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you won game 7. You needed 4 games. So what? The competitor won 3. I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still the champion. So yeah, that's the mentality, guys. Win the week, win the month. You win enough months, you win the year.
Mm-hmm. We need the clapping thing on that. That's
Oh,
awesome. You need to
hold on.
give yourself some claps on that.
Yeah.
Press and a bell, honey. That's what it is. Win the day, win the month, win the day, win the week, win the month, win the year, little by little. But
Yep.
still, the forefront of your consciousness is responsibility. And shoring up your chakras help you
Mhm.
do that. Yep. So thank y'all for tuning in.